Kick. Sits it on the head of Jonathan Brown. Jamison with the thump. Murphy. Kick wide. Tough ball this. Oh, Robinson did brilliantly. Gathered. Gave to Bauer. He's half court, so gives it back.
Well, he doesn't mind taking them on.
Takes on Neuenberger. He sized him up. Knew he had him for speed. Gave to Gibbs, who gives to Wiggins.
Forward line.
Short his bets. Forced a half volley it. Might play in his favour. McGrath tracks him, gets away. Back to Wiggins, 60 from goal. Back to Betts, 51 from goal. Sends it to the square. Cloak! Not enough of it.
They are pressing every time they go forward. Brisbane defence under serious pressure at the moment.
Houlihan got it. There's the knockdown from Cruiser. Almost holding the ball. That crowd wanted it. Umpire said no. Betts kicks the goal regardless.
The thing that will stand out when you have a look at the replay here is Eddie Betts picked it up, but if he didn't, there were about 2 or 3 other Carlton players that could. They had 4 or 5 numbers around the ball. Not a Brisbane Lions jumper in Curly at the time. Just have a look as the ball spills out. There's 1, 2, 3 of them there.
Well, I think a few of them thought they were going to win the ball and ran off. And you can't afford to do that in the back line, leave 3 or 4 Carlton players 3 round the ball. Eddie Betts' second goal, though, he's been valuable up forward. A couple of opportunities, kicked it behind as well. So 2 goals, 1 at this stage of the game. Not bad for a small forward.
Justin Sherman now going down onto Eddie Betts.
Lions on the ropes here. Biggest lead of the game, 16 points. And the ball up. Neuenberger gave away the free to Hadley.
A lot of momentum with the Blues. Brisbane have got to find a way just to stifle their movement at the moment.
Scotland back to Gibbs. Wipe up that little stain. All the way back to Thornton.
Well, at the moment, Carlton are controlling the tempo. They're pretty much doing as they please.
Cruiser to Simpson. Scotland. Tracked down by Jonathan Brown.
Still able to control the footy though, Dwayne. When Brisbane get pressured, they kick to a contest.
Thornton to Hadley.
Able to maintain possession.
And Vossi's made a move now, putting Sharman deep in the forward line to keep Waite accountable.
17 minutes gone, second term. Hadley thought about a 1-2 with Houlihan. It's a 1-2-3 from Russell. Strip throw in by McDonald. Both players go low. Good collision, good contest. Houlihan, Wiggins, Cruiser, Hadley. Try to get back to Cruiser. He was crunched. No free. Travis Johnston. Jonathan Brown. Bouncing ball. Tough one off the shin. Russell. Simpson. Judd. Johnson. Fervala. Oh, the juggle, but he's got it. But he's taken himself too far out of range.
He could have marked it 52 out. Now he's marked it 60 out.
He'll still have a shot, though.
Surely not from there. Pops it up. Still he hit the roof. Cloak. Flies Neuenberger. Knocked it down. Riscatelli. Dalziel. Back to Riscatelli. And very risky from Riscatelli. Turnover. Johnson. Judd. Players in the middle if Judd wants them. Cloak. The target. Flies and gets it.
So I think that passage of play illustrates exactly what I was saying before, though, Dwight. Carlton, when they're under pressure, they find a way to control possession, slow the game down, hit a target and reset. Brisbane under pressure end up turning the ball over. They did it with the Travis Johnson kick to a 50-50 with Jonathan Brown on this side of the ground. That time they were trying to run it out of defence and got caught, and straight away they're under pressure again.
I totally agree with you. They're controlling the tempo of the game, controlling the moves. I think that Brett Ratton in the coaching box is setting the way this game's up perfectly, the way the Carlton coaching box wants it.
Just the third possession of the night for Cameron Cloak. Little bit of a bend bag, and he slots it. His first goal of the night, first of the year.
Cameron Cameron Clark is a fantastic foil up forward for Brendan Favola, and then when he goes to the ruck, he adds value. But I was talking to Brendan Favola a few weeks ago about playing with Cameron Clark and the speed, and that you don't think he has got. He's a very good high mark, but he has got speed over and above what people think. And this kick from Judd, look, it's a bit of a hit and hope, but it shows vision to put the ball in the centre of the ground and have faith in your big man in Cameron Clark.
It's a rest for his trouble.
Big worry for Brisbane trying to get back in the game is where are the goals going to come from? We've seen Judd, we've seen Murphy, midfielders kicking goals for the Lions. If it's not Brown or Bradshaw, it doesn't look likely at the moment for Brisbane.
Leuenberger and Jacobs. Judd having an influence now. Gibbs, Simpson. Johnson. Murphy. Favola led short. Gets it anyway with the handball. Simpson a free kick with advantage. Oh, Favola from the pocket. Sends it long. Up through.
He liked it. He was off celebrating with the crowd, Dwayne. He is exciting, isn't he?
Oh, Brisbane are away here.
I think that young man thought it was going through as well.
Rich to Black. Short. Hooper. Jonathan Brown. Tough half volley. He had to wait and thought and attacked it. Cuts off the leather and goes. Scott Carlton. Another tough half volley, but he gathers. Perfect kick. Gibbs. He can go all the way here. Walters inside 50. Kick half smothered. Eddie Betts goal square. Not through and not deliberate.
Nearly a 2-goal turnaround because Ron Hooper, he found the right option, but the execution was poor. Brown had found space. He'd found space, he'd worked hard, and when it didn't get to him, have a look at him. He was just disgusted with the kick. He was out of the contest, and they nearly got burnt going the other way. You've got to hit your targets with the foot.
And Brett Thornton, I know he's had a 2-on-1 advantage, but he's done everything that's been asked of him and been very good tonight.
Again, the margin out to its biggest of the night as Black takes the mark. 24 points. The Carlton lead as we tick into time on second term.
Move it on now, play on.
Cut off again, Carlton.
And look at the turnover.
Betts.
We said in the pre-game, guys, as Eddie Betts goes into Ryan Huller, we said in the pre-game about Brisbane's over-possession of the ball. Not over-possession, but they had 420 possessions last week. If they're going to continue to play that style of game, they need to hit their targets. And so far, Jason, their disposal hasn't been as effective as they would have hoped.
Well, the key is when you look at the kicking efficiency, 80% for Carlton, 57% for Brisbane, and that's telling the story. We've just seen a classic example of it, a turnover resulting in a shot for goal, and it was a regulation turnover under no pressure.
Houlihan, 15th possession coming up for him. And that's his 100th goal in AFL footy. Good time to kick it. Margin out to 30.
Probably one of the tests we were talking about prior to the game that Michael Voss is going to face. A big challenge now. How does he stop the momentum that Carlton have built? It is one-way traffic. They've opened up a very comfortable 5-goal lead. They're controlling things, winning the centre square clearances. How do you turn that around?
Yeah, well, it's very hard, and they were able to do it last week, but you'd have to say Ryan Houlihan, with the sort of players he's got around him, he's going to be a very, very valuable player this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Houlihan, the ability for him to just be released and play on, he's playing on Jed Adcock, a very good player tonight, and had the better of him. Houlihan with 15 possessions and 1 goal. But the ability for him to get under people's guards when Gibbs, Judd, Murphy are in the team, and even when Nick Stevens comes back, will all go well for him this year.
The ball up. Jacobs, perfect. Palm down. Gibbs ducked his head, no free. Houlihan again, hands off. Wiggins, Hadley to finish off the move. Brings it around. Awesome. All the way from the ruck contest. They lead by 36.
Well, I think the first thing he's got to do is address what's happening in the centre square, really, because at the moment they're getting smashed in the clearances, and that's where it all started. You have a look at this. There's a couple of them running forward. There's no defensive sweeper.
And the ball should never come out the front of, or out the back of your centre square. It should never come out that easily. If you're playing in the midfield, and you should be having that position covered, so they've got to go round you and round the wings. The ball goes straight down the middle. It's too easy to kick a goal from that position.
And they're both in the middle at the moment, both Hadley and Dalziel.